Good day. I'm here to address to the SLSB participants. Those are the team with respect to establishment of the management system certification body at SLSB. This certification body is going to develop first time at SLSB, and we normally address this certification body as Sierra Leone Standard Bureau Management System Certification Body, or SLSB MSCB. You can see here on this first page of the presentation, this is just an image of the website of this management system certification body that we are going to develop at SLSB as per international standard ISO IEC 17021-1. This is just an image of that website that is under development. My name is Dr. Shaukat, and I am the Chief Technical Advisor for the project that is EU-funded project, and UNITO is implementing authority for this project. In this project, there are three pillars. One is the quality infrastructure pillar, other is the value chain, and third is the enabling business atmosphere. What is quality infrastructure services? That is very important with respect to SLSB point of view. Quality infrastructure services are the services with respect to the testing. Those are the laboratories. Laboratories are two types. One is the testing lab, and other is the calibration lab. Services with respect to conformity assessment body, certification body, inspection body, product certification body, and itself, standards body itself. So we are supporting SLSB with respect to testing lab in and the calibration lab. In the testing lab, we are supporting SLSB towards implementation and accreditation of its food chemistry lab as per ISO 17025, food microbiology lab, and the metrology lab. Definitely along the line, we are supplying the equipment to the mass metrology lab, we are supplying the equipment to the chemistry lab, and in future we would supply the equipment toward the microbiology lab. Those are necessary for the accreditation of these labs so that their result should be accepted globally. In this program, we are also developing this management system certification body at SLSB first time as per ISO 17021. The second service is about value chain development. We are supporting cassava, palm oil, and cocoa. Definitely, we are supporting uh, these value chain with respect to increasing the productivity and quality, starting from the farm gate up to the final produce. But along the line, we are developing the testing and certification services. Those are required to certify and to test these three value chains, that is cocoa, cassava, and palm oil. The third pillar of this project is enabling business policies that we are developing in collaboration with ITC. UNITO always adopt the three C's policies to connect the produce to the regional or the international market or even the local market, but we make sure that the produce are competitive produce are conforming towards safety and the quality standards. Either they are going to be connected to the local market, regional market, or the international market. We make sure that these produce should be safe for human consumption and the produce should be of quality produce. So this is called UNIDO's 3Cs approach. When I am discussing about this management system certification body as per 17021 at SLSB, the first foundation training we have conducted here with respect to this ISO 17021, because ISO 17021 is the basic structure for establishing the management system certification body for any company, either it is a government institution or private institution. A management system certification body is always based on 17021 structure. This is the global standard and is recommended for establishing the management system certification body. So we conducted this training in May 2019 at SLSB. Along the line, we conducted the ISO 9001 training. Those are quality management system trainings at SLSB in 2019, May 2019, because these two things are mandatory. One is the 17021 and other is the ISO 9001. The structure of the certification body should be based on 17021, but this certification body has to certify to the enterprises, and the enterprises need to adopt the standard that is ISO 9001. That is why this is mandatory that into the management system certification bodies, there should be some auditors and there should be some trainers available who must know about ISO 9001 standard. That is why these two standard trainings are mandatory for any management system certification body staff. And we conducted this training 2 or 3 times at SLSB. Then we repeated this training. I conducted these trainings again, ISO 9001 for SMEs and for SLSB as well in 2019. Later on, our international expert, Dr. Nigel Kraft, he has conducted the ISO 9001 and the 19011, that is basically the standard with respect to auditing point of view. So Dr. Nigel conducted these trainings, these two trainings, ISO 9001 and 19011 in October 2020. Why we are mentioning? Because these are the trainings, those are necessary before moving towards developing the SOP, standard operating procedures. Those are important with respect to 17021. So once we conducted these trainings and the management system certification staff was aware and was trained on these two standards, almost these are now the three standards. One is 17021, 9001 we conducted in 2019, then again 9001 and 19011 we conducted in 2020. And then we started developing the ISO 17021 standard operating procedures, and sometimes we call it QPs, quality procedures. We started developing into March 2020, and along the line, we completed in September 2020. Impartiality policy and procedures were developed in 2019. But later on, the first meeting of impartiality policy and procedures was conducted in 2020, and all the relevant members participated in this impartiality committee meeting. Along the line, we conducted many trainings. Those were the online trainings, and the training sessions are available on the YouTube for SLSB. And we conducted these trainings many times for ISO 9001, for 19011, 17021 trainings for SLSB staff. Assignments have been provided to SLSB staff with respect to ISO 9001 and 19011 after conducted the online trainings, online sessions. We conducted the weekly question and answer sessions, and I am happy that in the question and answer session, many participants for SLSB has taken a lot of interest, and they have basically absorbed these standards. And when we conducted assignments, either online or on-site assignments, they have performed very well with respect to ISO 9001 and 19011. The SLSB staff has performed satisfactory. I conducted assignments and the online examinations many times, and there is a record that SLSB staff performed very well with respect to ISO 9001 and 19011. Later on, I conducted the on-site examination with respect to these two standards, and the result was very good. I was satisfied. All these evidences and the records are available with me. Yes, I am not satisfied with the implementation of the procedures. Those are with respect to 17021 by the SLSB MSCB team. And through this training, now I am advising the team to please perform implementation in a good way. If you are not understanding anything, please ask question as many times as you want, but at the end you have to implement it. You have to implement all the QPs that have been developed and already explained to you. You are trained on these QPs, but in the reset meeting, we have decided that I will brief you all these QPs again. Now, through this training, I am briefing you around about 2 QPs. Those have been already developed and explained to you, but now I am again reviewing it and explaining it to you. I am hopeful that this time you are not, uh, I mean, uh, you will satisfy not only to me, but the leadership of the SLSP as well. And you will take the interest and you will spend some time to start implementation. Once these procedures would be implemented, then we can move towards the next step. But implementation is always the task of the SLSB MSCB team. As an expert, UNIDO cannot implement it. As a consultant and as a CTA, I cannot implement it because this is not allowed globally. But we can guide you, we can advise you how to implement it, and you have to do it. Along the line, we have finalized the design of the website of SLSB, MSCB website, and I would request please review it and send us your comments so that we may finalize it. So the purpose of this summary, what we have done up to now, was to brief you that in some of the areas SLSB team has performed very well, especially in ISO 9001 understanding, especially in 19011 understanding, and then I took the exam and I satisfied with the result. But now there is a time to implement the standards. And that is why my lecture is with respect to briefing you two QPs every week. And then after briefing these QPs through this online session, I would conduct online question and answer session with you every Thursday at 10 a.m. so that if you are unable to understand something, you may ask the question. Now I'm moving toward the next slide, and this is with respect to implementation. I'm just showing you here that we basically there are 23 QPs, and out of 23 QPs, there are some PDs, public documents with respect to organogram, with respect to impartiality policy, quality policy, all these things, work instructions are there, okay, and there are around about 23 QPs, quality procedures, or sometimes you call it standard operating procedure, and these are based on 17021. So these have been already developed and explained to you. Now I'm going to explain two QPs every week to you so that you must understand it. Meanwhile, I would request you that all these QPs have been developed based on the international standard, that is ISO 17021-1. And this is the standard I already explained to you, that is for management system certification body. For the structure of the management system certification body, you have to implement this standard, and for the implementation, you have to develop the QPs. And once you develop the QPs, you have to understand the QPs. And in the QPs, there are many formats. I would explain you one by one. And then you have to fill those formats where necessary. That is called implementation. So first of all, I would request all of you, you have all these QPs. Please keep with you the copy of these two QPs, QP number 1 and QP number 2 with you, because I'm now going to explain you these two QPs. And meanwhile, I would request to please keep the copy of this 17021-1 complete standard with you, because now and onward, all these QPs we have to discuss through this standard. Today I am going to explain in this module these two QPs, QP01 and QP02. As per this 17021 standard, QP01 is the procedure for document control, or you can say control of documents. QP2 is the procedure for control of record, or record control is the same thing. This is basically the QP1. As I briefed you, I am going to discuss with you these two QPs first. First is the QP1, second is the QP2. Okay. Now please open this standard 17021 and open the QP01. Once you will open this QP01, you will find this kind of procedure. Okay. So this is the procedure with respect to QP01. QP01, this is written here. And this procedure is based on ISO IEC 17021, clause number 10.2.3. This is the standard. So if you open the standard with respect to 10.2.3 clause, you will find this document control or control of documents. Okay. And then this procedure QP1 has been written based on this clause from the standard, that is clause number 10.2.3. Now, if you open this class and then you open this QP, you will find that what is the document control? What is the control of documents or document controls? Please open this procedure and start reading this procedure. Then you will understand that control of documents means you have to assign some number to every document. You have to manage the list of the documents. You have to define the retention period of the document. You have to basically decide the disposal procedures of the documents. So this is all about. And you have to decide that which documents are valid and which with the passage of time have been obsolete, okay, and what are the external documents, what are the internal documents developed by you. For example, this procedure has been developed by SLSB. This is internal document. What about ISO 17021? This is the international standard, but you have adopted this standard as a national standard. So that is why this procedure is basically uh, not your procedure. This is the external document. So all the documents that you have developed, those are internal documents. All the documents you have not developed, those are the external documents. So this is all about this QP1. So please start reading this QP1 and start reading this 10.2.3. You will understand these are just 6 to 7 pages. Once you will open, you will understand, and along the line, there are 4 formats in this procedure. Formats mean forms, okay? So FT08 is the form with respect to external documents. Okay, now here I can show you, if I may share it here, that where is this FT08? If I put it FT08 here, you can find that FT08 is basically procedure with respect to external documents. See here, this is FT08. So what is implementation? Implementation, you have to fill this form. And how you can fill this form? This is just a serial number. Here, for example, this is the external documents. As I briefed you, documents that you have not prepared, those are the external documents. For example, you can put this ISO 17021 is external document. You have to assign some document number to this document. And how to assign the document number to each document? The method is written in this QP, that is QP01. If you will read this QP, the method is written. And what is the revision number of this document? I mean, this is a standard with respect to which year you can put it here. And what are remarks? Remarks are nothing. So all your external documents, you have to put it here. If you identify all the external documents of SLSB, you have to put it here and make a list of external documents. Then this format has been implemented. What is implementation? You have to put the relevant information into each format of these are the format with respect to QP1. That is why you have to put into your, I mean, you have put it here and it means you have implemented it once you will fill it. Now, if I go into another, for example, now it is a document modification form. If it is FT06. So if I go if in this FT06, then I can see this is another. I mean, if I share it here, and if I go to the FT06, this is FT06 form. If you have to document some of the procedure, for example, the internal document, that documents developed by yourself, need to be changed sometime. So how you have to modify any form or any document, this form is for that. Document title, for example, you want to modify this document control procedure. You have to write it here, document control procedure. Okay, what is the current issue? Current issue is the revision 00. This is the current revision 00. On which page you want to change the document, you can write the page number. Okay, change requested by, you can write the name. Why he is doing this thing, you can do it here. Who has approved, you can do it here. Okay, and then once these documents would be abandoned, you can distribute it through a distribution list. Again, that is available into the distribution list, FT11. And then how to distribute it, it is a memo. When you will take the some form, this is FT62, when you will take this form with you, if FT62, see, if you are going to change some document and you are going to distribute it to somebody, so you will put the name of that person to whom you are giving this document. For example, you are giving this document to your lab guy. Okay, name of the document, section, page number which has been changed, issue date, revision date, and you will hand over to him and you will acknowledge and get signed. So it means that change document that you have changed, you have handed over to that guy. So this is all about these four forms. It means the QP01, that is with respect to document control, has the four formats. One format is with respect to the list of the external documents. I briefed you what is meant by internal document and what is meant by external document. Document modification form, if you want to modify form, and modification form is always with respect to internal document, not the external document. And then you have to distribute those modification among your members. So these are the four forms that are included into the QP01, and the QP01 is the document control or the control of document. This is the same name. That's all. So if you read this QP01, read the not only QP01, read this clause number 10.2.3, and then read the standard, you will understand. Because we have, as a UNIDO, we have written all these QPs. Okay, so we are giving you these QPs in a cooked form. Now you have to read this, and we have explained these QPs. We have explained these formats, how to fill these formats. Now we cannot fill these formats, you have to fill it. And you cannot fill if you will not read. So if still you have some question with respect to QP01 and with respect to the four formats of this QP01, you can ask with me on the coming Thursday on weekly meetings that we will do. And then I can explain you, but you have to read it. And this is the advice from my side because I am not satisfied with respect to the implementation. Now this is a QP02. That was control of documents, and this is control of record. What is record? When you put the data into the formats, it becomes record. Otherwise, these are the formats. Now, how to basically, what is mean by this procedure? And what is the scope of this procedure is with respect to SLSB MSCB. That is the scope. Scope mean boundary of this procedure. Every procedure, either QP01 or QP02, they have the scope, and scope is that within the boundary of MSCB, Management System Certification Body. Now, this procedure, that is control of document, that is control of basically control of records. This procedure has just 4 pages. And out of 4 pages, the actual written pages are just 2, 3, and 4. Because before that, there is some heading of this procedure. So you have to read these 2 pages, and you have to read, because this QP02 has been developed as per clause number 10.2.4. QP01 was developed as per the clause number 10.2.3. Now this QP02 has been developed as per clause number 10.2.4, and this QP02 has only one format, that is the master list of records. So all the records, okay, you have to make a master list of records. All the records, those are relevant with respect to MSCB. It means all the QPs have the formats, and when you will fill the format, that will become a record, and you have to put all these, I mean, name of the record, name of the format, record number, every format has the number, location, where that format is placed, at MSCB office, at DG office, director office, deputy director office, assistant director office. Minimum retention period, okay, it is required for 1 year officially, but you can put 5 year or 2 year or 3 year, depending upon your own point of view. Then disposal. So after the retention period, for example, if you are putting that after 5 years, we will dispose it. So how you will dispose it? You will burn it? No, this is not environment friendly. So you have to think that how you will dispose this record. Maybe you may shred it, or some other method whatsoever you want to adopt, you have to put it here. But you have to make a record of all the documents. This is called list of records. All the record list you have to put here one by one. Serial number one, this is record name, this is record name, record name, record name, record number, record number, record number, location, this. Now please read this procedure, read this clause number 10.2.4, and if still you have a problem how to fill it, please discuss it on coming Thursday in the weekly online session, and then I will explain you further. But please, if you will not read these procedures, if you will not read this relevant clauses of this procedure, if you will not fill these formats, it means you have not implemented it. Okay, and this is a big flaw. No consultant, and as UNIDO, we cannot implement it. You have to implement it. I am hopeful that this time you would fulfill your responsibility, and I am hopeful that if you have some problem, you will discuss in the coming, in this coming Thursday in the weekly meeting at 10 o'clock. This is our Twitter and Facebook account, Thank you very much for your time. And I am hopeful that on Thursday, our online question and answer session would be very fruitful. And I would be happy if you ask me, please, as many times as you want how to do this thing. Okay, if you have not understand control of document or control of record, class or QP or formats, please ask to me as many times as you want. If still you will not be clear, I will visit SLSB and would explain to you personally in your office. Okay, but please start it. I am hopeful You are capable people and you will start it. Thank you very much.